Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to a Scratch video. So you might be knowing that I started up a Scratch series to get the word out that how in the world you program, and yeah, that didn't go too well, but I think I'm ready to do it again, and I've made myself an account, and I'll make sure to put the link to this website down in the description so that you can check it out for yourself. But after you made an account, there'll be a thing like sign up, just enter your details and all that, verify your account, and you're good to go. So now if you actually come to my stuff, this is what you should be seeing. Now all of these programs, just ignore them because these are my programs, but this will be empty. And then you can click on new project to get started. And you need to have Adobe Flash Player for this to work. But yeah, and in this video, as it is episode 1, I'm just going to be teaching you the absolute basics of Scratch. So this is the screen that you will end up with, and this over here, this area is your graphics screen. So all your graphics are going on over here. Now this is the area where you can name your project. So I'm just going to name this Scratch Test, and then you can of course save it. If you come over here, there'll be a button over here called save. Okay, then all of these things you see here are the commands. So you can go to motion, looks, sound, data, operator, sensing, control, events, and all of these. And these are just going to be all of your different commands to make your sprite. Now the sprite is like an object. So this here is my sprite. It is a cat and it is the logo of Scratch. And this is the default sprite that you will be coming up as. And sprite literally means object. So this is the object that you will be learning to animate. You can make a lot of things. You can even make a laptop. I've done so in the past. But yeah. And then you've got this background. Now this is just a very plain white background. If you come over here and you click this will, actually, if you click the sprite over here, then it will take you to the editing of the sprite. So if I were to drag out any blocks from here and I were to put them, then these blocks would correspond and would control this particular sprite that you've selected. And same for the backdrop. If I select it, I can, command it to do something. Okay, then there are these costumes and sounds. Now if you actually come over here, then you can see 3 tabs. You've got the scripts where all your commands are. You've got the costumes tab where you have different, you can say, faces of that sprite. So you can, you can change how the object looks. And yeah, then you can of course name the sprite over here, the costume. You can edit it all over here. You can choose colors and all, but that's all in later things. Then you've got sounds. Now you can just record what you need. Now there are a few default sounds that you can get, but if I were to cancel this and just press this button, and I could just say, I could basically record anything I wanted. And the same thing goes for the backdrops. So the backdrops, you can actually edit it. So this is how it looks right now. It's completely white. Now if you take this paint bucket tool and you choose a color from down here, let's say green, I love green, you just click it, the backdrop will turn green. And now over here, you've got choose a backdrop from library. So you can download a picture and import it. You can make a new backdrop, and then you can choose between a few. And you've got take a picture. So it will go into your webcam and it will take a picture. Now the same for the sprite, you can choose one from the library, you can paint one, you can upload one, or you can capture one. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and make this white again. Make the Scratch backdrop white again. Alright, and then you can right click this sprite and you can delete it. So that is like the basics of Scratch, and we can probably go ahead and do a little bit of basic programs. So if you go here and you import a new sprite, you've got tons upon tons of sprites or objects to choose from, and you can sort them according to the category, theme, or type. And I'm just going to take something simple. Why don't we take this ball, this soccer ball, or the basketball. So this is the sprite. Now you can so how you start a program is mostly by clicking this green flag here, and by stopping it you have to click this red button right here. So if you actually come to the events tab, then you have a block. It's like a block by block programming language. So you have different blocks to program, and over here you've got these new blocks. So you've got when the green flag is clicked, so it will do anything which is under this block. Let's say I were to put this move 10 steps. So whenever I were to click this, it would perform this action. And then there's when the dash key is pressed. So it takes an input from you, and you can change this input to whatever key suits you. Okay, then when the sprite is clicked, so basically the sprite is again the object. So when I were to click this sprite, just like that, it would perform what is under this. Then when the backdrop changes, so if you come to backdrop, then there's in the look section there's the thing called switch backdrops. If you're making a story or something, if you have multiple backdrops, so whenever one changes, it moves on to the next. Okay, then there is when the loudness, when the dash is bigger than another input. So you can do loudness, timer, again these are variables, or video motion, again variables, and you can add an input. And then you have when I receive messages. All of these will come in the future, but yeah. And again you can right click and delete. You can also duplicate and stuff, but yeah. So why don't we keep this when the green flag is clicked command, and we move on to motion. Now motion is basically, well, what it says, motion. It helps you in moving around the sprite to different places. So there's this move 10 steps. So this sprite here is pointing at something. By default, it is pointing 90 degrees, which is towards the right. So you can see the information and all that. And if I were to say move 10 steps, it would move 10 steps, which is a form of measurement for Scratch, towards whatever position it is moving. Now, if you actually come to backdrop, it'll be easier for me to explain like this. You can go to library and choose a backdrop. Just go to the bottom, and you've got this XY grid. I'm just going to choose this one right here. Okay. So, what an XY grid is, okay. So what an XY grid is, it controls the coordinates on the screen. So this center coordinate is X0 and Y0. And X is the horizontal axis, while Y is the vertical axis. So right in the center, this is X0. You can imagine them as latitudes and longitudes on the earth, but just in a 2D form. So this is X and Y0, because this is 0 degrees Y and 0 degrees X. And I am talking as if I am a master of geography. Thank you. But anyways, now when you move towards the right, the X value increases. So this over here is X100. This is X200. And this here is the end, which is X240. And you can actually see where your mouse is over here, right here. And as you go towards left, the value decreases. So this is X minus 100, X minus 200, and the same thing, and X minus 240. Now the same thing for Y. This is, if you go down, it becomes negative. This is Y minus 100, and Y minus 180, Y 100, and Y 180. Okay? And that's what it is. So if I were to locate X 100 and Y minus 100, Could you think where it's going to be? Give a guess. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Pause the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be right here because you're going down, and this here is y100. This is y0, and then so this is the horizontal and x100. So you have to move towards the right. So right here where they intersect. So this is x100 and y minus 100. Okay, so we can actually control this sprite to move to a certain coordinate at a certain time. Okay, and so basically what the move does is it moves 10 steps towards. So if I were to do this, if I were to do 100 and this started at x0 and y0, it would move 100 and it would land over here. Okay, now the next thing is turn. Now as I said that a sprite has an angle in which it is facing. Now if you click the eye over here, you can actually see the direction. It's 90 degrees, and you can actually turn this over here and the direction will change. And so if it's 90 degrees, it is pointing in this direction, so we'll move this side. If it is, let's say 0 degrees, it'll move this side. Okay, and so on. So you can actually make the object turn. So actually, if I were to do move 10 steps, I want to play it, you can see that it's moving up because it's facing up. And then if I were to do turn 90 degrees, so this is clockwise turn and this is anti-clockwise. So if I were to do 90 degrees, then it would turn, and then I were to do move 10. So again, where do you think it will go? Or move 100 or not? I'm giving you time to guess. It's facing this direction. Okay, that's right. Or that's wrong. It's going to come right over here. Because it's facing that side, it's going to turn by 90 degrees. So it's going to go like that, and it's going to face down. Then it's going to go down 100 steps. So it's going to land right over here. So if I were to play it, there we go. There it is. Okay. Now, after this, we have the point in direction. So here we have the turn. So it will turn. But if you wanted to point in a specific direction, this is what we use. Then we have point towards. If I were to do this, then wherever my mouse cursor would be, it would point towards it. You can see it's slightly changing. But yeah. And this will only repeat once. Then you've got go to. Now this is very important because you can assign a position for the sprite to go to. So if I were to say, again, x 100 and y minus 100, it would come right here. And wherever I move it, it would come to the exact same place. Okay? I can make this 0 and 0 right now. Okay? And yeah. Then you've got go to, and again, this will make it go to a certain position. So in this case, the mouse pointer. So it'll make it go to this pointer that I have. And you can change all of these. It's customizable, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, all of this is, these three in the end, you see, are variables. And this will tell you the position of your sprite. So if I were to do X position, if I click it, it will tell me 12. And if I were to go here, it is 12. And Y is 12 too. There we go. That was a coincidence. And the direction is again a variable. You can click these buttons if you want, if you were to wish to see these variables. And you can use these set of numbers later on. But yeah, I think that is all I'm going to cover for the first video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you keep following me. Hopefully you learned something. But that is going to be it. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.